All right, YouTube, I am starting the next addition to the Land Cruiser series. What am I doing? Well, as I've alluded to previously in some of my videos, I've got a bunch of shit to install. I have a front mount kit, I have a PDI intercooler, trans cooler, I've got another refrigerator set up for the center console. And I have got some maintenance items that I've got to take care of that I've been kind of neglecting over the winter. One of those things was that I had a little bit of rust that was populating right under this window. And so I've already started on working on it. But what I did was I took some sandpaper and I sanded those little spots that were bubbling up. It's probably just from water pooling underneath this window seal that were pulling up, and I sanded them down. Sorry, my dog's messing with something. Sanded them down to bare metal, and then I have resprayed it with as close of a color as this kind of matte black, or satin black, I guess is what I would consider it. So I am in the process of cleaning that up now, but I've got some upgrades. Of course, I've got to put in my WOLFBOX rear view mirror, or rear camera. Holy smokes. So I've got to reroute all of my wiring to this rear deck. And then I have the Delta, of course I don't have the light on back here. I've got the Delta quarter panel mount that I'm actually going to pull out and mount a new PRV audio 1200 watt 4-channel amp. And so with this 4-channel amp, I'm going to have 8 speakers hooked up to it. Since it's 300 watts, I'll have 150 watts per 150 watts per speaker, 300 watts per channel, running to 8 speakers in the vehicle. As of right now, there are only 2 front speakers working from the previous owner that wired up, and I have 4 speakers in the doors. What are you doing, buddy? What are you? We're not going anywhere. No, I've got Rockford Audios in the rear. No, we're not going anywhere. He is so funny. And then I've got these 2 speakers. I've got 2 speakers in the back that I'm going to wire up, and I'm going to put them in the same channels as the rear door speakers. And then I've got these 2 front speakers, which are Memphis, and I'm going to mount the 2 speakers that go into the dash. I've got to take the dash apart anyways because I cheaped out on some LEDs for the cluster, and I'm going to have to rerun all the wiring anyways, but I cheaped out on lights for the cluster, and I already had 2 that are intermittently working, which is about as annoying as you could imagine while driving. You just have a flashing light with the dash on. And I'm also going to go ahead and take apart all of the door panels. We're not going anywhere, buddy. I'm going to take off all the door panels and take out all the carpet and all the interior so I can put in sound deadening. Honestly, I don't think the vehicle needs sound deadening because I can cruise at 80 miles an hour down the highway and it's pretty quiet. I was getting some wind noise with the roof rack and box that I had installed, but I'm just doing it just because why not? So I'm gonna make this thing as modern, look at you, and luxury affordable as possible, but I'm not cheaping out on a lot of the stuff. So the sound deadening that I purchased was almost $700. But I talked to Dave over at Delta Vehicle Systems, and he was like, look, I've ran the cheap stuff and I've ran the good stuff. There is quite a bit of difference in regards to sound deadening. So I got Second Skin Audio stuff. I've got Dynamat, and we're going to go ahead and take apart everything inside of this interior to run the cables, do the sound deadening on all the doors and under the dash, and as much as possible. And also install the intercooler, the new turbo that's on the way. This is going to be a totally different vehicle by the time I finish this project. Hopefully. But yeah, right now I cleaned up this section. As you can see, it doesn't match 100%, but I believe over time that will dull a little bit, and that will be until I decide to get this thing repainted and cleaned up. What is it? What is it? He just thinks we're going somewhere. We're not going anywhere, buddy. We're not going anywhere. I'm sorry. I haven't taken him for a walk today because it's raining outside. So yeah, well, as I said, I'm going to start today. I also have some other maintenance stuff I'm going to take care of. The power steering hose that goes from the reservoir to the pump was leaking previously, and I just tightened the clamp, and it still is seeping. And so what I'm going to do is replace the power steering clamp. I have not put any power steering fluid in this thing the entire season. And I still have a full reservoir. It just is kind of annoying to see it. I also have to fix the mount for the front drop it. What you got? Yeah. Yep. No reason to chew on cardboard. You're a grown man. I'm going to remount the front camera, and what else? Remount the front camera, and I don't remember. But yeah, so this is my first coat on this rear glass section, and I'm about to spray another one. And I usually wipe it down immediately with alcohol to mitigate the overspray, and then I'm using a little concrete sheet or a cardboard shield. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep working. I'm gonna pull that Delta quarter panel out and see if I can mount this amplifier and then start the sound deadening behind it. So all right, YouTube, it's been a couple days. I have been slaving away on my spare time outside of work, working on this freaking Land Cruiser. So one of the issues that I've noticed since owning this vehicle is that the fuel tank, once it gets to about half, I think it sticks. The fuel float sticks and it doesn't read correctly. So I pulled the freaking hanger out, and I could just buy another one of these for, they're about 150 bucks. But I have decided to just try to clean these contacts and just go from there on the sending unit to start off. So I'm gonna clean this thing off as much as I possibly can, let it dry out, and then replace it. But I got all the interior out. I started laying some of the Dynamat. I'm not taking off the factory under the matting, because why? The actual sound deadening that came from the factory did do a really good job, and so I'm just going to add to it. That being said, the jute carpet that is stuck to the underneath of this, some of that I will probably keep as well, specifically for the rear. But the one that's under the driver's seat I'll be pulling off entirely, because it was kind of starting to come apart. So the problem with the jute carpet is that it has a capacity to hold more water. So I will just leave it in some of the areas where I don't think I'll have a bunch of water intrusion, but the front seats I'll probably take out. But I got everything out. Pretty cool. I found some yen. Yeah, so I also did seam sealer on some of the older seams. I had a spot where the seam sealer was pretty much gone. There's no reason to whine. And then I took some Pour 15 and did some rust mitigation, filled some spots that were looking a little crusty, cleaned out everything. So I've just been working on it. I don't want to make this a freaking 3-hour video. I'll probably just do like a before and after. I still have to wire up the speakers, find new speakers to fit in these rear sections that look like 2-inch speakers maybe. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of excessive. But yeah, there's how the sound deadening looks. Yeah, we'll see if we can stretch out the case of sound deadening that I have to see if it'll fit the rest of the vehicle. But yeah, I'm already in $700, I think, for sound deadening. And yeah, so I am gonna clean this off, put it back in, and see if we got a valid fuel. All right, it's been a couple days. I have got, I'm doing the sound deadening on the doors now. I've got my helper out. Look at you. Look at you. I'm rolling. Oh, I don't want to roll on your feet. I'm rolling the sound deadening inside the doors right now, but I gotta roll this little guy first. Look at that. Look at my little helper. Little Hanselito, he turns 1 in like 2 days. 3 days? Yeah, I think 3 days. So, but I'm using Hush Mat. Hush Mat is like $300 for, I think, 50 sheets of 12 by 24 inch. Let me go get my flashlight so I can show off. Go. So I can show off. This door's already done. Will it make any difference? Sounds good. I did like 80% of the doors. I'm not doing every nook and cranny. I don't have enough of the butyl to do 100% of the doors, but I did like essentially all of the main areas. And as you can see on these front doors, you really just have that low section, and then getting up into those corners is just a bear. So as you can see, the interior is freaking apart. I got almost all of the flooring covered in the all the flooring done. I rewired the 4-channel RCAs. They're going to the back. Haven't put the quarter panel back in yet. Still gonna put some more butyl back there. And then I did this thick ass second skin, super heavy duty. That's gonna go underneath the carpet. You are just ready to go, aren't you? So I'm running 4 channels. There'll be 2 channels per. Whoa! Watch out for my peener. 2 speakers per channel. 2 in the corner, 2 in the back, and then the subwoofer. So 9 speakers total, just like the factory setup, but obviously way louder than factory because fucking this is one of the factory speakers that I pulled out. This badass 2-watt. Look at that. 2 watts. They don't make them like they used to. So I've got like 200 watts per corner in speakers. So yeah, just doing sound deadening. I got some vapor barrier. I'm gonna pick up tomorrow some new stuff from Delta Vehicle Systems. Thank God they got some OEM stuff. Taking the butyl off. I'm gonna reseal all the doors. I'll have to pull this one back off to put new vapor barrier on it. I did seal it and fix it, and also got a new window regulator on the way. Just a bunch of stuff. Nothing fun. But yeah, just gonna keep working on it, and I will update you guys in a bit. All right, another update. So I am going through. I have started to put the carpet back in. Got all the cabling ran, and I've got my. Let's see. I got a light here. I've got my amp in. I haven't done any testing yet, but so there's the PRV audio amp. And then I got my Scar audio amp beside it. And then I ran a fuse box. What is it? Blue Sea, I believe. And I still got to finish some of the cabling up. But I ran everything through some looms. I still got to clean up some stuff. But yeah, so I got all the wiring ran. It was 140 feet, I think. 130 feet, something like that. Run to each individual 14 gauge wire, a little thicker than really what's needed. The tweeters are mounted. I made some 3D printed tweeter brackets that I was able to put behind the factory shrouds to kind of cover up the holes. And all the cablings ran. I put some carpet back in. Spent like 3 hours shampooing this carpet, and it looks exactly the same. And if anything, it's not as soft as it used to be. But I wanted to see if the carpet would fit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 3M Velcro right there and stick it to some of the sections. So it will have a little bit more stability than it did from factory. And I'm just going to go around essentially the edges and some of the bottom pieces to tuck everything in. But what's pretty cool is Delta Vehicle Systems is kind of right up the road for me. I live near Boise. So I went to check their website, and they have freaking OEM vapor barriers for all of the doors. And these factory vapor barriers that I got, with the vehicle when I purchased it, they're from 1992, and they've been in 3 countries. And so this is kind of like the state of every single damn one, where it's kind of all just annihilated. So I'm pulling off the butyl now, and I'm pulling off the factory, the original vapor barrier, and I'm replacing all of it because YOLO. So I'm currently pulling everything apart right now. It's extremely fun, about as fun as you can imagine. And repairing the cardboard doors with some super glue. And so I'm just itching away. This is a lot of work, so I'm just kind of doing updates on videos. I hope you guys don't mind that, because if not, this would be a 40,000 hour video that just really isn't that interesting unless I did like a time lapse or something. But let me know in the comments if you want me to do like time lapses. I guess at the end of the day, I do make content for people to watch. So if that's something interesting for you, it's mostly just me screaming, saying, God, why do I do this to myself? I have better things to do with my time. I haven't even been able to golf this year. But I rather show in the beginning, middle, and end products. I still have some more sound deadening to complete on these doors. I've already completed the other side of the doors. And so it's been pretty fun so far. Just super time consuming. Still waiting on my turbo to come in 6 weeks later. Here's the PDI intercooler that's going to go on once that turbo comes in. And so I'll update you guys in a little bit. Let's see how things go today. All right, I have just finished testing the wiring for the speakers. Looks like all 4 channels are working, and we're gonna do a little audio test. I'm gonna get hit for copyright on this, but it sounds fucking good. This is outside the vehicle. All the windows are up. I got a door like half closed, but let's hear it.
Nigga, this felony arson. 2 guns up, this kid me in carbon. You don't really got it, you starving. You don't wanna get a nigga like me started. Go broke out here trying to press these hoes.
In comparison to the 2 speakers that I had with the sub, this is like night and day difference, especially with this open. God, this is amazing. Finally got some speakers. Woo! Yes! Yes! All right, I have cleaned the hoopty. I am pretty much done with the interior. So what did I do? Let's walk through it. I took all the interior out. I decided to take everything down to pre-carpet, put sound deadening in every door, cleaned up. Oh, excuse me. Just drank a beer. Cleaned up the metal that's underneath, so I put rust preventative in the channels where water may pool. Cleaned up some spots that were a little crusty. I took all the carpet out, shampooed it, cleaned it off, vacuumed it, added these cool lights in the rear, added 6 speakers, put all the seats back in, put the plastics back on, went to a buddy of mine, Eric, down the street, picked up a new plastic in case I ever feel like replacing this one. Got the 4-channel sub hooked up. What else did I do? Ran some wiring for a bunch of random stuff. Look at you. Get out of the dirt, please. Clean this exterior off. Man, look how clean that is. This thing's looking good. I replaced the cluster lights because the cluster lights that I bought did not last very long. So I'm trying a new company, super bright LEDs. Hopefully they will last a little bit longer. I'm going to plug this all the way in. Hopefully. Reran some of the wiring behind the dash. Repainted a center console and replaced it. This thing looks so much better than the original one. I moved this from on my previous one to this one. I bought this from Land Tank. Pretty big on I Hate Mud and Facebook forums. But replaced it with a higher center console because that feels better, and it's got this cool little cubby. Replaced the latch in here, ensured that the fan in here works and the seat heaters work. Replaced some of the lights that I had in the dash. I got another ABS harness to replace to get the ABS light off. At some point I need to rebuild these mirrors, but I don't really feel like doing it right now. Replaced all of the vapor barriers inside the doors, except for that one. I have that one sitting for another rainy day. And finished hooking up the WOLFBOX rear view camera. Let's see if I got the... Looks like I don't have the keys in here, and I'll show you how the WOLFBOX works with all the cameras hooked up. But, I mean, damn, look how clean this thing is. What was that? What was that? No barking. Look at them Volks. Look at them Volks. Creamy, baby. Looking good. I started this project 3 weeks ago, and I am still waiting 3 weeks later on the UFI Turbo, which is crazy. Let me move this thing back inside the garage. And I'm gonna put the cover on it because it's all nice and clean, so that way. But yeah, look at this freaking, look at this. So this is the rear, obviously. Rear is a 2.5K. And it goes pretty far down. Wow, that goes way farther than I thought it would for backing up a trailer. Got the GPS hooked up. You can switch camera modes, front camera, dash camera. Let's see if I can bring this down a little bit. I could just do this. It's crazy how much movement you got camera-wise. So yeah, it does recording. There's 1,000 WOLFBOX videos I don't feel like doing. I'm not sponsored by them. I got it as a Christmas gift. Yeah, the 4-channel amp, everything hooked up good. This thing sounds amazing. I don't want to nuke my capacity to ever make any money off of stuff. But what's nice about all these new plastics, the important stuff, the new plastics, is that these actually hold their positions. The ones in the old dash were all busted, so they did not hold any of the positions. And then all my little lights work. I gotta replace these little switches at some point. Just in these, for some reason they like to pop out on specifically these two. Look at that. None of the other ones do that. I'm so excited to get the AC working in this at some point. Look at that. Bop, bop, bop. I should just replace these two. Whatever. Look at that. That's annoying. So, yeah, I'm still waiting for the UFI turbo. I'm so glad I got the center console replaced because this was all scratched and goofy looking. And yeah, this thing has just cleaned up so much. It's looking like a vehicle I like driving. Actually, I love driving this thing, so that was never an issue. But the cleaner it is, the better it is. So that will be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you want to support, please check out my website while it's still on. I'll probably be shutting my website down pretty soon. And finishing my side project endeavors. But man, look how clean this mofo is. Look at that. Look at that. So anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long to pop another Land Cruiser video out, but I've just been waiting for parts. And just to show you, like, I'm not BSing. There's all my PDI parts, all the cool stuff. So yeah, hopefully next time I'll be installing a turbo kit and intake and a bunch of other stuff. So thanks for watching. Cheers.